Hello and welcome to another episode of Looksies. Today we are looking at mooneye-gb. Mooneye-gb is a Game Boy emulator written in Rust. I kind of got on the track of emulators written in Rust just by accident. There's one for NES, which was basically a demo project for Rust when it was very young. I think it was done in 2013 and then kind of ported over to modern Rust, you could say, but unfortunately the support is quite spotty. However, now we are looking at mooneye-gb, which I think is one of the best, if not the best, emulator in the Rust world. You know, it's certainly not the best one when you want to play everything, but it's one that can at least show you some images. But also, it seems to be quite limited in what it can do, at least with certain ROMs. Might not be totally done yet, I'm saying, but besides that, it's a great project. Even though I didn't even dare looking at the code, because that kind of code usually is too low level for my taste. I mean, you're emulating a machine, right? And wow, I have no idea how a machine works. How would I know how code works that emulates a machine? So anyway, I ran the acceptance test just for fun, and everything is failing on my machine. I don't know why. Maybe that kind of makes running ROMs harder. However, once you have a clone, all you have to do is cargo run release and point it to a ROM that you have downloaded. I hope these are free to try, just for academic reasons that I downloaded this, right? Just in case. Some Nintendo lawyers want the worst of you, but as you can see, it totally works. It runs at 60 FPS, even though the scrolling doesn't seem to be butter smooth for some reason. However, it works without sound, unfortunately. I don't know where the sound is gone. Maybe it's not yet implemented. Yeah, I quickly run through here. And I think it's fully playable, at least Super Mario. I tried 2 other titles and they didn't work. Unfortunately, they just showed a white screen and some, wasn't too happy, the emulator. Yeah, you can see uses 12% CPU. It really is nothing on the CPU, but there are Game Boy emulators and NES emulators in JavaScript, so that's solely doable nowadays. Even with a tenth of the speed, you are fine here. So can I go down here? No. Even without a lot of optimization. I thought that somewhere there was a flower that I could pick up. No, not here. Not here. Yeah, I'm playing this with the keyboard, and I must say that oh no, it falls to the ground. I didn't know that. That without, or with the real controller, it's much nicer, obviously. So the real hardware is the real thing, even though I have the benefit of playing this on a huge screen. So it's more like a console experience here. And if I had a real controller for this, I think it would be, that was lucky, by the way. I think I would be a real nice experience, even nicer. So where do we go? Oh, actually, I can't go there because I'm too big. Damn. Okay, last time I took a different path, that's for sure. Yeah, and there you are. It's done. Now it seems to be playing a melody, so it seems to be stuck. But unfortunately, there is no melody. Then it counts your points, and you're done. Anyway, that's just... Okay, let's try this one. Just once. No, just one life. Anyway, so that is that. Let's have a look at the code a bit, or the project structure. I think these ROMs... This might just be... I don't know where this folder is coming from, actually. Tree... Oh, what is this? Acceptance test.s. What is that? Tests. Maybe it's some sort of ROM. Oh, it's some assembly stuff. Is it? Looks like it. I'm not sure if this is something that is compiled by the Rust compiler, or if it's something that is handled by the emulator. So what's in source there? Oh, lots of things. Way too complex to have a quick look. So maybe the CPU will tell us something very interesting, huh? CPU registers. Yeah, interesting. I must say, I mean, this is totally above my head. I have no idea what I'm seeing here. But obviously, it's not rocket science. You can do it if you really, really want to. Probably there are some existing C or C++ implementations which are as good as it gets. So they play everything and work with everything. But still, there's some, there's some art to it, I think, because you have to emulate a hardware that you don't necessarily know and that usually is proprietary and is not documented. So you have to reverse engineer it. So that's part of the effort, right? So even if you have a perfect spec for the CPU and the hardware used, even if you had that, it would certainly be difficult to write an emulator. But considering you have no such material, and it's kind of a collective reverse engineering effort done in the internet, it's even, it demands even more respect if you see stuff that works that well. Even though that well usually means that there are some issues, but at least one game definitely works here, and who knows what's wrong with my build, and maybe some weirdness happened here with the latest Rust. I don't know. But yeah, that shall be that. The closing images might be Super Mario World here. Quite neat. I don't know what else you can do. Maybe you can set up some scaling here. Benchmark, no. Unfortunately not. Yeah, how much memory does it consume? 140 megabyte. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I mean, I'm done here, but let's say this as my closing words. Considering that the hardware that it's emulating was like thousands in power of what you see here, right? How much memory does a Game Boy have, huh? It's probably just in the region of a few kilobytes. And here we use 140 megabyte for some reason. Probably it's not optimized for that purpose, but in the moment you are emulating, obviously you require a lot more of everything to make that happen, and it runs slower, obviously, than on the real thing. But yeah, fortunately, today's CPUs are fast enough to not make this a problem. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day.